be locked and loaded. Nobody safe around me. I'm about to spread.
Happy Wednesday morning, everybody. I'm going to a committee meeting here at the Houston West Chamber. Let's go do this. Hey there, everybody. Made it through traffic. Running a little bit behind on the meeting today. Ended up not getting up and out at the right time, so having to run on the fly here. So we got to do what we got to do. So he was able to do the podcast, talk about being motivated by gratitude and your ambition, recognizing that you have probably a lot of good things going if you're watching this or if you're listening to a podcast. And so it doesn't mean that life was perfect. Life is going to throw you some tough spots, but our past doesn't define us because we aren't like leopards that can't change their own spots. We're humans, and humans change constantly. Hey there, everybody. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Productive day today. A lot of office time just based on what needed to get done. Work at avoiding getting into that going to the zero in the email box. So wanted to be able to make sure that I was in the emails, responding to ones that needed to get done and needed to get completed today at the same time, because there's a few things that I was waiting on that were in a timely manner that needed to get completed as soon as possible. And then wanted to be able to make sure that I then focused in on what was going to be able to drive the end result. So was able to have a lunch meeting and had a great conversation. So realtor who was looking at starting a vlog / podcast, but for her, one of the things that is a bit of a struggle, she's a perfectionist, so she wants it to be all buttoned up. And I said, so number one thing just to understand is that the first video that you do, the first podcast that you have maybe one, maybe two, maybe 20 people that listen, and that's it. So it doesn't get to the hundreds or the thousands or the millions that you eventually want to get to. So don't get stuck on the perfection of the video or the content that's being put out, because by the time people end up finding you, you're going to be well beyond that first one and much more polished. Plus, if the content is of value, they want to talk about relationships and the struggle of being in the dating world, then you're going to find a much better opportunity because the content is so emotionally charged. There's very few people when it comes to dating that has a neutral opinion about it. Everyone has their thoughts, and a lot of times it's just emotionally charged, almost a visceral reaction to how they feel about dating. And so, so great conversation with her, and just the encouragement, just put it out there. I think it's better to be authentically yourself and to be able to hold yourself out than getting stuck on having a perfect piece or perfectly crafted piece of content. And then after that, was able to come back in, have a few phone calls with individuals. I find it's always best just to be professional when it comes to customer service. People that call in and they're a little bit abrasive, you're just trying to relax and calm them down. Our front staff person is out. Our director of first impressions is not here, so I was covering the desk. She won't be back until the first week of February. And sometimes you get those phone calls, right? People that don't really, they're calling, they think they need to talk to us, or they're not sure, just because we're a large organization. And so it's trying to be able to be professional and helping them get the answers that they need, at the same time helping them understand that I might not have access to that information just because they're not a part of our team and our division. And so we don't even have that information stored in our computer database. And then, so heading home here, got Boy Scouts tonight, and more or less a rest day from an exercise perspective. Tomorrow we'll hopefully get in a 6-mile run and keep getting ready for that 15K in February. So hope you're all doing well, and we'll talk to you soon. Sherman's out. Hey there, everybody. Hope you're having a fantastic day the moment that you listen to this. End of the day here in the parking garage, about to head home. And I've been thinking about this message for a while now, and I'd say for anyone that's entrepreneur, they're a solopreneur, they're a business owner, if they're not finding the traction that they want from a revenue perspective, in other words, they don't have enough money coming in, they need to look at their sales process and their marketing strategy. And if you don't have one, if you can't say, this is exactly how we do it, we take the prospect, we take their contact information, we put them into this, then we have a way to follow up with that individual, phone calls, emails, in LinkedIn messages, and then we sit down face to face, and then what does that engagement look like? And then this is how we solve the needs of the gaps of what they say that they want. And then if they say yes, we put them into our customer service model. If they say no, we put them back in and follow back up with them in 6 months. If you don't have a process that's buttoned up, You need to learn sales. Sherm's out.
Be locked and loaded. Nobody safe around me. I'm about to spread, I'm rowdy. Baby, I'm running up, counting up. Ice on my wrist, I'm